Hello and welcome to Insert Name Here. It's a podcast about nothing for nobody. If you take it seriously, you're redacted. Let's start the show. Hey,
What's up?
hello and welcome to Insert Name Here. It's an audio-visual podcast about nothing for nobody. If you take it seriously, you're redacted. I'm your co-host, Doug Bennett.
And I'm your other co-host, Spooky Seth Nacho. Mwah! Halloween has come early this year. Mwah!
Yeah, I mean, it really has to, if you think about it, because a Thursday Halloween, who decided that was okay? Halloween on a fucking Thursday?
Yeah, how am I supposed to, I guess some people, well, if I'm unemployed, I can party on a Thursday, but other than that, I'm kind of screwed.
Yeah, I mean, it's also insane to take a 4-day and then start a 4-day weekend with a holiday, with a massive party. We can use the rest of that for recovery. Get real.
Yeah, I gotta work Friday, dude. I can't. Hey, yo. But happy Halloween, everyone. Ooh. We start off today's tale with the tale of the undead. Right?
We can. Oh, shit.
Our friend, well, not our friend, but a guy online that we reported was dead is alive.
That's true. I guess let's do it, because there's a couple of things that we need to revisit that we've said on the show. So first and foremost, Game is still in fact Game. Life in Scars was not dead. He did not OD. He was in jail because he violated parole.
Oops! Sorry, we said he was dead.
We're giving that a big doom.
Doom.
Which you kind of got like the right mask for that.
Yeah, I've got
it is kind of doomy.
I'm gonna like, Dr. Doomy?
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna like turn into an obelisk later, so that's my life.
Who up looking at the orb?
Yeah, who's pondering the orb right now? I'm not a wizard, okay? I'm like a shadow government organization.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Warlock.
I'm part of the deep state, bro. Like, what you want?
Yeah.
I feel like I could be in the Illuminati with this.
Yeah, you'd be some kind of naughty, that's for sure.
Whoa! Freaky ghost face over here.
Dang, well, so that is a good update. The other update, after many months of there not being an update on this front,
Yeah.
an update to Subterranean News.
Oh my god, finally!
Yeah, so Kala the engineer, she, at the start of the year.
Is this the girl that was digging a hole under her house?
Yeah, the dungeon. The
Like
full-on-
digging Minecraft under her house?
Yeah, it was a whole ass dungeon, and I guess that's coming along well enough that now she's starting to build the edifice of the outside. The what's that called? A facade?
Yeah, or whatever.
Yeah, so she's been literally down at the quarry, handcrafting quarry mining gear to get like 700-pound stones back to her fucking house so she can make the outside of her house look like a fucking castle. The most recent video of hers I saw, she was like,
Yeah.
You need very specific stones to build parapets, actually. So I had to plan this out.
What the what? Oh my god.
So yeah, things clipping along great there. You love to see.
Is she like a pharaoh or something, or?
I mean, I guess she's trying to be. She works in engineering in the DC area, so she definitely probably got that government contractor money.
Yeah, definitely.
Which makes her wealthier than any pharaoh that ever existed.
Oh.
I mean, if you think about what wealth is and how we've traditionally always assigned wealth value,
Yeah.
probably
Like accounting for inflation.
I mean, you're probably as rich as you name a pharaoh. You're probably relatively that rich, just you as a guy.
Wow.
So, yeah, true. You know what? We always do say that things were better, but sometimes things are better, and this is one of those cases.
This is one of the rare exceptions to the rule.
Common capitalism W.
Let's go.
Bing, 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 bing. Trying to think of any other updates per se. I don't think we have to revisit anything really.
No, I don't think so. I think that was really it.
Yeah.
I just wanted, you told me that during the week about the Game is Game guy, and I was like, we gotta at least mention that he is still alive.
Oh, you already know.
It brings a light of hope in the world to know that Game is Game is still alive, you know?
Yeah.
This is how you get your bitch to hit you first. This is how you manipulate a woman. You know? Hey, game is game, you know? Not saying you should do it, but yeah. We put you on.
Now you know.
Now you know. We did get a YouTube comment last week. Uh-oh.
Alright, you want to hit me with that?
Hold on one sec. I got something. Oh, here we go. Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Alright.
Because we got it's a big long one from none other than Mom, I believe.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so anyway. Alright. Hey guys, you both look great. I wonder what you think we look like now. Ooh! I eat when I am hungry, not just because it's lunch do I necessarily eat. It depends on if I'm hungry.
Okay.
Ruled by emotion, okay. Like most women.
Damn.
There are days when I am less active than others, and I tend not to eat as much when I'm less active. I love my country, but the way things are at the moment, I'm embarrassed of our government. But I do love my country, capital C. China is nice to visit, but I would not like living there. Oh, no. Not Seth spilling the McDonald's sauce. So sorry that happened, bud. Damn. Coconut oil is awesome.
True.
Doug, I'm going through it at the moment. My body everywhere is on fire. I have stopped using the topical steroid cream, and oh my goodness, I never should have used any. My eczema used to be easily dealt with, but not anymore. Relevant. I am at the point where I cannot put anything on my skin. Doctor just keeps giving me topical steroids, and man, oh gee, okay. Love this episode. Thank you, Doug. Thank you, Seth. Heart.
Love. Thank you always for the engagement and keeping up. I think just by sheer numbers, easily #1 fan.
that's what I'm kind of thinking. Yeah.
So love that. Some of the parts sounded like they sucked. So obviously hearts go out.
Yeah. I hope you're feeling better than you were. You were already. She said she was feeling better last week. I hope she's feeling even better this week.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. Halloween, man.
Spooky, scary skeletons. They sent shivers down. I don't know about your spine. My spine, shivers straight down.
Is your spine okay, man? How's your vertebrae?
Real answer, pretty good. I've developed sort of a lumbar routine that I go through a couple times a day, and yeah, I'm staying flexy.
Yeah, if I sleep on it wrong, I get fucked up for like a week. So that sucks.
Damn. We gotta put you in the chair, brother.
What kind of chair? The electric chair?
You come on. Everybody knows about the chair.
I mean, I know about an inversion table.
Yeah, the chair.
Okay. Yeah.
You call it the chair to make it sound scary, but it is kind of scary the first time you use one. You don't really.
Yeah, it's kind of scary when your whole world flips upside down.
Speaking of worlds flipping upside down.
Yeah.
Just very funny moment. We had the whole election inverted on us out of nowhere.
Right.
But Biden has been up to no good. He's been up to shenanigans left and right, and all that free time he has now.
Okay.
Yeah. The two things that came up this week that I really felt needed mentioning was apparently behind the scenes, he is just constantly ripping on Kamala. Just being like, she's not gonna win. She's so stupid.
What? Biden's doing that after he said he came out with support for her and everything? Oh man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you remember at the time it was by him supporting her, they have no choice but to nominate her.
Yeah.
And so he could have been playing the long game. He'd be force me out, force you to lose.
It's have you ever had a boss that's made fun of you?
Oh yeah.
It's your other coworkers. That fucking stings, man. You're dude, why? You can't say anything back. It's your fucking boss.
True.
But it's damn, dude,
But then dangle a fun thing of him just being on Planet Joe all the time. There was a clip of him jogging out to whatever vehicle that he was getting in, and he went to go jog across the lawn. Then he hit a hard left to jog toward reporters. He'd be "Sorry guys, I've been really busy, and I'm just trying to. I'm doing something that no president has ever done, and I'm going to give an apology to Native Americans for how we've treated all of them all these years. That's why I'm going west. And then no further comment, turns around and starts running again.
What the what?
Like he's in the middle of playing Oblivion or something, like he's the main character and just, oh, gotta go talk to the NPCs.
For a second, and then walk away. But like, why did he say that of all things?
I mean, he was probably going to
Maybe
some-
because Thanksgiving's coming up.
Yeah? How about
By the way, Canadian Thanksgiving already happened.
Yeah. Hope you didn't use up all your thanks to give. You got a second one coming up real soon.
Yeah, American Thanksgiving coming up in a month. But yeah, so you were saying that he just like went over to the board and was like, I'm giving my sincerest apologies to all Native Americans. And that's not even the right way to refer those to them.
Yeah, I mean, he's on Planet Joe, so.
Yeah, dude. At this point, it's whatever, I guess. But like, that is not something that we should want out of our chief, you know, or
And you know what?
chief.
Yeah, he's having a good time. He's been treated so poorly, and he shouldn't have even been made to run. I feel like he was kind of forced to run the time that in 2020.
Yeah, they just wanted to find somebody, right? Like that wasn't Hillary.
As he was old at the time. He was like this anyway at the
It
time.
was 4 years ago, yeah.
So, you know, just as long as he seems healthier and happier these days, and that's all I really want out of him at this
He
point.
can go to the beach and relax all he wants.
Yeah, I don't need him Jimmy Carter mode. Did you see that photo out?
What is that? I thought,
Yeah, so they wheeled Jimmy Carter out for his 100th birthday. The dude looks like that grandpa from SpongeBob, the one who talks about hating chocolate.
the grandma. That's literally just like a
same
spine.
same difference. Once you're that old,
You're
you
thinking
don't-
of you're thinking he looks like that Prince guy, the one that married Queen Elizabeth or was his whatever.
He looks worse than that guy, dude.
He looks worse than that guy. That guy looked like a COD zombie.
Yeah, that's what we're working with.
So Jimmy Carter's like a crawler.
Yeah, he did not need to wheel him out in like basically a twin-size bed-style wheelchair. Like that's how much support this man
It
needs.
was like a whole gurney.
Like-
Just wheel him out on a gurney.
Dude's fucking end of life, man. That was cruelty. That was elder abuse.
Damn. Yeah, just keep him on life support and let him hang out. Hey, my opinion, Jimmy Carter, not that bad of a president.
Yeah, I mean, any like peanuts, Dothan, Alabama.
No. What? No, he's a peanut farmer from Georgia.
Okay.
But he was also a astrophysicist or nuclear physicist, one of the two.
Okay, a real white Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Sure, he fucked up like with Iran, but like you know, he did make some peace in the Middle East, I think.
And Iran wasn't his fault. He could have done a good job.
That was the CIA.
The CIA
Yeah.
got in the way.
And but he was kind of like Trump, you know. He was like someone that was outside of everything. That's why they elected him because it was right after Watergate, and they were like, you know, we need someone that's going to drain the swamp.
Pretty much.
And that was Jimmy Carter. Of course, he only got one term. Sound familiar?
Wow, history is repeating it really fast.
He said, yeah, except that he was a Democrat. Now he got a Republican. So fun twists and turns. Big question.
Please, lay it on me.
This one's gonna be easy. It's a Halloween episode. What's your favorite Halloween candy?
Oh, jeez, dude. That's a big question. Honestly, and I might be just thinking with my tummy right now, gotta go with a good old Snickers. Like, you know how Halloween you can just get a bunch of the little minis? That's the time of year where you can get the mini ones.
You're not you when you're scary.
Oh, brother.
was that?
I'm my most me when I'm scary.
Does that come across well?
A guy like me, this is having my mask on.
This is my face.
Yeah. I mean, I wear it all the time.
True, yeah.
Too many layers on right now. Viewer, listener, if I took my shirt off, you would see the beautiful Scream 3 tattoo I have, because that is the best Scream in the franchise.
Watch till after the credits. You will see the tattoo.
Stop, don't give it away.
Dude, stop. Yeah, the little, you're talking about not like the fun size Snickers, like the ones that are like an inch or two. You're talking like the literal like 1 inch by 1
Yeah,
inch.
the squares.
Yeah, the little tiny ones where it's just like one little bite.
Mm-hmm.
You like that?
Oh, yeah.
See, I don't think that's enough, man.
Well, you want to get a pile of them, is what I'm saying. But just like having, usually, one, maybe two at a time, you just work your way through a pile of those. That to me is Halloween candy at its peak.
Yeah, I've been, I've always been a Snickers guy myself too. But Halloween candy, though, I feel like I really like there's these new candy corns. You know candy corn?
Yeah.
They got these new ones that are like coated in chocolate.
What?
I really want to try those.
That sounds dope as shit.
Doesn't it? Like, this candy corn's okay, but the ones covered in chocolate, that sounds actually pretty freaking good.
It's not like candy corn even needed improving either. So to take it to the next level like that, insanity.
You talking with it like half on is crazy.
Should I do a little more of that?
No, please stop.
What if I tilt my head down like this?
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. Show the camera, please.
I'm going Studio Ghibli with it, like I'm No Face and fucking Spirited Away.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
So if you've been avoiding YouTube, this is a weak to hop over there.
You have to get to see what the fuck we're talking about. Yeah, insertionist, tell us in the comments what your favorite Halloween candy is.
Hell yeah.
Get in the spirit, you know? Or what your favorite Halloween liquor is, I guess. Like, you know, what you drinking on Thursday?
As I'm progressing further into my 30s, because I've been 30 for 4 years now.
Yeah, right, yeah. Ever since COVID hit, you've been 30.
Yeah. Honestly, that is why I made that choice, actually. Fuck, I didn't realize.
You just said 4 years ago, I mean, you know?
But, yeah, I forget COVID even happened, to be honest with you.
Yep. The whole world did, man.
But, being this old, being a little more mature in my taste, I really cherish Halloween as being that one night of the year where I don't have to feel bad about myself for drinking Fireball.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Like,
Fireballs on deck on Halloween.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to feel like it the morning after, too.
I just really like women's costumes. Because they can be like really conservative, or they can be really fucking slutty, and like there is no in between, you know?
Yeah.
It's like one or the other. And
She's either got the inflatable cow costume, or she's got the cowgirl costume.
she's got the she's got the sexy nurse with the sexy cat. And either way, it's like the one night where it's totally socially acceptable, even if you're not a slut, you know?
Yeah.
You can just wear it for the night, you know? And men aren't supposed to hit on you, you know?
Oh, please.
Just because I'm wearing this uniform does not make me a hoe. Well, just because I'm wearing a police uniform does not make me police on Halloween.
It's true.
Especially.
That would be funny if there was like one day a year where everybody else was cops, and then the cops had to follow the laws.
The cops always have to follow the laws.
They almost never have to follow the laws. That's the only reason to be a cop.
Oh my god. I feel like you have that backwards, buddy. I feel like that's...
You can blow a red light.
Well, yeah, that's when you have your siren on.
You can always speed. You don't get in trouble for just turning your siren on. You can do that whenever you want.
Yeah, well, you get to carry a gun. That's pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
But what was I gonna say? Fuck. But yeah, no, I really like those. I really like being able to see all the costumes. I think they're really cool. It's always Halloween's such a cool holiday.
It really is. It's up there.
Definitely one of my favorites of the year.
It's pretty good. It's no Arbor Day, in my opinion.
Fuck you,
but it's
dude.
a close second.
You're gonna put Arbor Day above Earth Day?
Hell yeah. The Earth sucks. Trees rule.
Earth sucks. Trees rule.
Hey, I stand by it. But, you know how sometimes I have something for you.
Oh.
Fire back.
Oh, I just remember what I was gonna say.
Then let's get that out first.
Okay, thank you. Have you seen this TikTok trend where people go up to police officers and they're like, "What's your badge number on your name?" And then the police officer says it, and then they go, "Good boy." And then you get to see how the police officer reacts.
Oh no, people are doing that shit?
Yeah, dude, have you seen it?
No.
Oh man, I've seen a couple of there was like a short officer, and he was just like, he just kind of smiled. I was like, oh god. How would you react, you think, if like you were a police officer and like someone told you that, asked you that, because you're supposed to give it out, right? You're supposed to say it.
You're legally required to in most places.
It's like if you're a narc, you have to say you're a narc.
Yeah, exactly. It's the rules. It's the
Yeah,
law.
like if you're an undercover cop and someone calls you out on it, you have to admit it, you know?
Yeah. So,
That's not true.
really, I mean, it's you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You can't win for losing here. Either you play along and you look like a fucking cuck, beta simp bitch, and you lose respect within.
How do we come out of this with plus 100 aura? How do we come out of this Sigma Chad Riz Alpha Skiddity?
And if you show any resistance to it, then you take the L on social, you know.
Yeah, people are gonna look down on you for being a bitch or whatever, like you know.
Yeah. So I think my move that I would try and pull is if they do anything more, if they make the good boy comment and then they're like still up in my face, if they escalate it any further than that, I hit them with the Oblivion City Guard. Stop! You are in violation of the law. You know.
Hey, us a fine or a face.
Yeah, you know, I just hit him with a meme right back. Who's gonna expect that out of a cop?
I would
Cops
actually-
don't play video games.
Yeah, cops don't know what memes are. You think the cop knew what Haktua was? I doubt it.
And hey, if you don't talk to it, I'm gonna block you.
Oh, I thought I was not gonna talk to you.
Well, now anytime you say talk to her, it should be in reference to her podcast. So,
yeah.
you know, you gotta mix it up.
Okay, I got it. If you don't Haktua, I don't fuck with you. Is that good enough?
Hey, brother, I'm sure people would like it. Is what I'll say.
Did you guys like that? Comment down below. Like and subscribe. Or I literally will come to your house looking like this in the shadows of your bedroom.
Well, stop. Some of them might like that shit.
Oh shit, okay, my bad. Hey, my bad, Bill.
I mean, we know what game you play.
Yeah, I do, yeah. By the way, Dead by Daylight, Halloween season, it's fun. People are getting featured on the front page of Twitch. There's like a hashtag you put or something. I can't remember what they're doing, what it's called, but yeah, so
Yeah,
like,
you should try to be using that then.
nah.
Yeah.
Just come by, just come by.
Nah, I'd rather not be successful. I don't want to leverage all my possible opportunities.
Dude. Okay, let me be real with you. I ain't trying to fail. I'm trying to succeed. All right, guys, I'm trying to succeed, and this is my friend Seed.
Brother, save it for the boardroom. But okay, no, that's good though. That's interesting, and you know what? It seems better than some of the other trends of late. So.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it was just kind of interesting to me to see them like fucking with cops. I was like, this is kind of weird. You're bordering on a fine line, sir.
Playing with fire.
You are.
But what I wanted to ask you,
For sure.
this is in the hypothetical sort of what do you think type of realm of thing. Now, the rules we're playing by is that like Jesus Christ is the absolute undeniable truth. As the world stands today, do you think people would even recognize or take seriously that he came back?
Like if Jesus came back?
Yeah.
Like actually?
Yeah. Like if someone starts going viral on TikTok being like, hey yo,
Okay.
it's Christ, 2,000 years we back.
Okay, so I'm gonna be real with you. I've kind of I was watching this show yesterday or this morning or whatever, and they were talking about that. Like the way the internet works, like there's all this constant flow of information. It's really hard to tell what's real and what's fake. People just kind of go with the flow, and they're just taking in all this information. We're not as individuals anymore. We're kind of more because everyone's got the same shit. So I think if Jesus came back and like he was just like on TikTok or some shit, like, hey, the son of God is here. And then we start doing like miracles and shit. I don't know, like some Mr. Beast type shit. I think people would just like. I feel like Jesus would be like an internet celebrity. I guess. Like I don't know how serious people would take him though. Like the mainstream media would probably rail against him. Just like how like big streamers and stuff, they're big, but they can't go all the way.
Right.
Like into traditional celebrity sort of. Like a Hollywood type beat celebrity. They're like on a different wave.
Yeah, it's just not as accessible as like legacy media traditionally is.
Yeah. So like, I mean, not to say that like the level of stardom is like different, but there's just like there's almost like a gatekeeper. You're never gonna see a streamer at the Oscars, basically, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's its own little fucking.
It's its own little circle jerk.
Yeah, exactly. So I think Jesus would be on the outside of that, and he would be like, kind of. He'd be like Hassan, just like interviewing people. Would you eat this bread, my body? Like, I don't know. Like what would W's in chat? What would Jesus say to chat?
just on the street interview. It's just like, hey, so we just want to ask you a question today. The body or the blood?
He's like, no. Have you seen that that one guy? He's like, how do you feel about Seth Rogen? And Seth Rogen's the cameraman. Remember?
I don't know who that is.
Yeah. What if it was like Jesus going like, how do you feel about Jesus Christ? And somebody was like, I'm an atheist, and he was just like. You can't see my expression. Fuck.
Chat, I'm right here. Make it make sense.
Chat, I literally came back for your sins. I literally died for your sins, chat.
Can you believe this guy?
Can we get some sages? Like,
just fills up with Bible thump.
Pepe sad on the chat, please. Dude, yeah, like that would just be insane if Jesus like yeah, I feel like that's kind of where it would be at, but like obviously, how do you think evangelicals would feel? Like the really religious people? Like, do you think they would think he was a fraud?
Like, yeah, I think they would.
Because everyone can preach the word of Christ, right? Like, if you've read the text and you've studied and you like feel it in your heart, you can talk about it. So like, they might think he's just some dude that like thinks he's Jesus.
And, well, I mean, it would be continuing a long-standing tradition. There are a bunch of people who claim. In fact, one of the guys I follow on TikTok right now, Ethan Michael Gregory, he's like, I am Jesus Christ. The Suicide Boys are the two fucking signals of the apocalypse as revealed in the Book of Revelation. Like,
oh my God, yeah. I mean, there's been people that have claimed they were the Messiah in the past too, yeah.
So that actually specifically is what got me thinking about that this week, because he came up in my feed again, and I'm like, you know, it'd be so fucking crazy if he literally actually, if I've been making fun of this for months at this point.
Okay, I'm just gonna go out on a limb here. I'm gonna say the Suicide Boys are not related to the apocalypse.
Obviously not, but my ability to consider hypotheticals, which indicates that I have an IQ of at least 100. People with under 100 IQ can't actually fathom.
Is that IQ 100 like the average?
It's supposed to be
like
the
average.
You know, ideally, it's the.
Well, everyone's a standard deviation away. Everyone usually falls within a standard deviation of the average. That's 67% of the population.
Maybe
that's how Bill curve works.
Yeah, and you know, maybe at the time the IQ test gotten. You know, they figured out a way to do that.
So you're thinking maybe the average is fallen?
The average is fun. The average is in the toilet in a lot of places. Like most African countries, like they're hitting the mid-60s for average.
Jeez, damn.
I'm just being honest. And you know, and there's a lot that goes into that. Like, just it is really focused on Western pedagogy, like you being able to execute certain skills as they are taught traditionally in the West. So maybe that test just doesn't
capture the
doesn't cross
capability.
Cultures. It doesn't cross cultures, you know.
Yeah, like what they value is different from what we value, sort of deal.
Yeah, or just what they learn and how they learn it.
Well, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. Like how they value, like what educational values they have.
Yeah, but that still doesn't change the fact that on the IQ test itself, that's the numbers you get.
I feel like the IQ test is based on logic, right?
Yeah.
Reasoning.
Yeah, turns out that's not a natural thing. That has to be inculcated.
Wow. You heard it here first, guys.
So that's why you can make your IQ score go up. It's not a discrete thing about you, by the way. Your genetics help a lot, but you can raise your IQ score by making yourself smarter.
Just think. Yeah. The brain is kind of, it's not a muscle, but it's kind of like a muscle. Because like when you think a lot, you burn calories.
Yeah, and
that's a real thing.
You do build neural pathways. Your brain gets used to firing in certain sequences.
Yeah, so if you learn stuff and problem solve a lot, yeah.
That's how learning your times tables works. So why not, right?
Why not?
Just onesie-twosie other stuff to talk about. We're gonna take your like streamer, Jesus would be Hassan essentially, type tip. A lot is happening in the Twitch space. It's like sort of Twitch shakeup season. Some of the big ones have been on the bans or the not bans that people have been getting.
Okay.
A side story to this that will hit really quick. Iron Mouse got maliciously DMCA'd on YouTube.
Yes, I literally just saw that.
And for a little bit
Her
there,
YouTube channel's down.
yeah, for a little bit there, both her regular YouTube and her Twitch Clips YouTube were just like completely down, like accounts gone. You know, big enough presence, they were actually able to get a human at Google, fix that up, stop that from happening. But yeah, just a reminder that anybody can fuck with your shit for any reason at any time, and you better have the reputation to get your problem fixed, because otherwise you might be shit out of luck.
Yeah. Oh well. But yeah, like she's the #1 most subscribed to Twitch streamer right now, right? So like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah, it's honestly people hating on the whole VTuber thing, if you ask me. But
I think people are just salty that she got #1.
yeah, truly neither here nor there. Although if you listen to Kai Cenat himself, he'll be like, "You guys realize I had to pass her when I came up. She's always been in the top 5."
No. Like other streamers totally are cool with her. It's the people that don't understand VTubing in general, and then just are like, "Why is she #1?" You know, like there's a lot. I'm sure there's a lot of people like that.
Oh,
that are just total, just trolls. I guess is that the best way to call them?
Essentially, or just
You know,
ignorant
haters.
Yeah.
Haters are just an indicator that you're on that next level.
And that's what I'm trying to drop you. If you
My boy
want,
Tabasco.
if you want to help us out, leave some hate in the comments.
That's my boy Tabasco Sweet, man.
God, it's decades since I've thought about that guy. I was 8 the last time I thought about that guy,
You were 8?
and he ate as well, left no crumbs.
You were not 8. You was what? Okay.
Yeah. So speaking of things being down, Sneako's never coming back to streaming.
Thank God.
So
Nothing lost, nothing gained there.
yeah. So he was briefly let back to YouTube and Twitch, and then immediately got himself rebanned this past week.
What'd he do?
Basically, it was some stuff that was I don't know exactly. I think he was trying to, after Asmon apologized for his whole situation, which his ban is almost up now.
Okay, yeah. So did you see about that, Dan?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just said something a little insensitive.
Yeah, for sure. It's been really weird to me.
But his apology was really nice, but it was also really fucking long.
It was important because the first half of that video was the apology, and then the back half was like, "I fucked up my entire life, and it's time to clean my house,"
Yeah.
which he's been doing. It's incredible.
It's kind of crazy, yeah.
Dude really lived in the trash compactor from A New Hope.
That's such a good image. That's such a good image. I can picture it right now. I love that movie.
Hell yeah. But I think he was trying to clout chase off of some of that, and that's how he caught his permanent ban, which he's always been like. He like thrives off of specifically hatred. Sneeko does.
We're talking about Sneeko now.
But I think within the past year, he's really hooked up with the legitimate anti-Semitism out there. Like,
So wait, he got banned for like hating on like, yeah, okay.
yeah, that's what I think. I didn't look into it. I was like, oh, that makes sense. It was probably for Jew hate. Like, let's be real. This is Sneeko we're talking about.
Yeah, Sneeko would say anything, honestly. For clout, he would say anything.
Yeah. And then actually all of these Twitch stories now from here on out, they're all vaguely tied into some form of either the Israel-Palestine conflict or just anti-Semitism in general.
What the fuck is going on what?
Yeah, so here's some people, yeah, and these stories go together. So a lot of people really, really want more bans to come out, specifically for Hassan Piker and this streamer who I've never heard of, but apparently gets pushed a lot, called Frogan. And these are two people.
I feel like I've heard of them.
Yeah, well, Frogan.
I think I've heard of them.
Him, Hassan. You think you've heard of?
I'm messing with you.
I'm-
I didn't know it was a girl actually, but I've heard the name Frogan.
Yeah, so, but basically they meant hardcore pro Pally the whole way through, even before the last year's October 7th thing. And they also get heavily promoted by Twitch. And this most recent drive to try and get him banned for some of this stuff is being spearheaded by Ethan Klein of H3. And he's joined, and I've talked about this on the show before, there is a large contingent of people online who are now just calling everything point blank period anti-Semitism and kind of losing their minds.
Okay, real quick, aside, because we need to. There's some stuff you got to understand. Like, we've been on the internet for a very long time, so we know all these people. But if you're just now tuning into what internet influencers and shit, H3 Ethan Klein is Jewish, and his wife Ela, right?
Yes.
Is from Israel. She was in the military there and everything, because everyone in Israel has to be in the military. So of course he's going to feel some type of way about this. It is directly related to him. Like his wife is probably a dual citizen, or at least, whatever. So I mean,
Well, he's a dual citizen, that's for sure.
yeah. So I'm just saying, like he's going to definitely feel some type of way. And he did that H3 podcast for years. I don't know if he's still doing it.
Yeah.
Is he still doing it?
He's still doing it, and everyone keeps telling him to stop doing it because
He's probably getting bad now if he's like just commenting on this shit all the time.
it's just all rants and, just...
It was really funny there for a while.
It was really...
Like H3 was solid podcast for a while.
It was really good up until about the Frenemies era when he linked up with Trisha Paytas.
Yeah, I kind of fell off.
But, the first 100 episodes were pretty good. Like,
Yeah.
When he had Leah and Dunkey on, that was a good episode.
Yeah, he had on Jack's Films and Eric from Connecticut.
Yeah, you hate to see it go, and you hate to see someone turn into a woke scold, which is also a lot of what he's doing. When you consider that his come up was like he was part of the edgy era of YouTube
Dude,
content.
yes. And you're saying that woke school, it's funny because Hassan is like that. It's like two woke fighting each other.
Yeah, you love to see the left eat itself. I'm so over the left. I'm holding no more space for the left in my life. I'm holding no more space for woke bullshit. It's all retarded.
Oh man. Anyway, so you're saying that Ethan is out to try to get Hassan and Frogan banned?
Yeah, and that's been like his entire past week and a half. Is just trying to send people that way. He wants them harassed. He wants them run off of the internet, essentially. It's really sad to see the man fall apart like this.
Yeah, I think people are entitled to their own opinions. I don't think you should, do that. Right? Like, seems a little ridiculous.
But it's just a lot of crazy stuff happening in the
Internetosphere. And I don't know where we're going to go from here, but one idea that somebody had, they wrote up a whole Twitter essay on it. They were like, Twitch needs to essentially, and you can disregard anybody who tries to preach to a corporation or say that someone needs to do this or you need to do better. But it was an interesting idea they floated. They were like,
Kind of Skeletor.
as it stands right now, none of your guidelines are really clear.
Yeah.
We don't know who can say what or do what. You have Asmund getting a 2-week ban for something that he almost immediately apologized for.
Right, but like what he said was pretty crazy.
Oh, for sure, but he addressed it within the day. Like,
Yeah.
he had apologized before being given the ban.
He knew what he said was wrong.
But he's like, so we have situations like this where it looks like we can't have discussions, but then the big Hassan thing, the issue was the interview he did with Timothy Chalamet, that one good-looking pirate that went viral last year.
Not actual Timothy Chalamet.
No, it's just because he's handsome. They called him the Timothy Chalamet.
Okay.
But this is one of the, I guess, Yemeni. I think the Houthis are Yemeni.
Didn't America bomb Yemen this week or something?
Just constantly. It's what Obama did for all 8 of his years. Emptied the
Okay.
armory twice. That's why they call him Obama. Obama.
Obama with drones.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there was a Yemen pirate that he interviewed.
Yeah, and Ethan tried to he's promoting this and saying that it's a good, cool thing. It's like, that's not what interviewing somebody is.
It's not what that is, actually. You're just getting to the bottom of it.
It's like, so it's not clear anywhere. It's things that could fall into the guidelines are getting punished, and things that are definitely outside of the guidelines are being actively promoted. And they're like, so you either allow everything and you stop banning people, or you become the place online where everything is sanitized and apolitical. And they say it's pretty clear what option you pick, because your biggest competitor, aka Kick, they're already the place where anything goes. I mean,
Almost anything. Okay, almost anything. If you wreck your McLaren,
You will get banned.
You will get banned if you're filming yourself texting and driving, wrecking your McLaren and not caring about your friend. You will get banned.
Fuck you, Jack Doherty.
Fuck you! I mean, I guess. I don't really care that much. You're a dumb kid.
I mean, he's still managing to go viral. This week it was for getting kicked off of a cruise ship. And everybody on the cruise ship went up to the dock as they pulled away and just yelled at him and told him to fuck off and made fun of him. It was awesome.
Too bad it couldn't be live streamed, huh?
They were, yeah, I mean, they were really recording it still.
Recording it,
so.
yeah.
But,
Yeah, he records every minute of his life, dude. He's like he's that generation, you know. Like the digital footprint's only getting bigger for every generation that grows up.
it's pretty insane to think about.
Anyway, we're talking about Twitch.
Interesting premise,
Yeah.
right? Because, I mean,
Yeah,
it would bring in so much more ad money if they had a guarantee like that.
So that's like X, right? Like X is now the kind of spot where you can say whatever you want to. Threads is not. So if Twitch is Amazon, they got to be careful. They're treading a very fine line because like these political streamers draw in a lot of viewers, but you can't have them saying anything too crazy. You know, like what do you do? You
Lord
know?
forbid.
What do you do? I mean, there's not really like the biggest political streamer probably is Hassan, right?
Oh, without a doubt.
Like who's even close? Is there anyone even close to him besides that? Is there a conservative version of Hassan on Twitch?
Not really.
I think the only thing I can think of is like on Telegraph, and like who gives it? Like no one's watching that.
No, it's literally just Discord for the third world. Telegram is not.
For the third world, no, I mean it's not just for the third world, but it's for the boomers.
Yeah, look who uses it though.
The boomers.
The boomer at this point, boomers are third world.
Damn, bro, damn! Is it because they don't know technology?
No, it's because they're not allied with either the United States or the Soviets in the Cold War.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mask off.
Fuck it. Mask off.
PSA.
PSA.
Official information. Stop using first, second, third world language. I made it as a joke right now to be funny, but get that out of here because what it means. Here's what it means. First world was everybody on the United States side in the Cold War.
Really?
Second world, everybody on the Soviet side in the Cold War.
We mask off? Oh.
I mean, just, this is so important, right?
Okay, I just. Oh.
But Cuba, think of that. Cuba was second world.
Yeah.
Third world was anybody who did not have a formal allegiance to either side in that ongoing geopolitical conflict.
Is that what that refers to this whole time?
This whole time.
I'm learning things, guys.
And now a lot of those places just weren't politically relevant and were what we think of as third world shitholes. But
Well, I thought third world meant that they just aren't as developed.
yeah, a lot of the time they went hand in hand. If you're not super developed, why would either of those sides have us?
Like, if you haven't had the Industrial Revolution, you're in the third world.
Yeah. Which is like China until 30 years ago.
Because that's why it's funny to be like, yeah. It's funny to be like, it's first world problems, you know? Like when you have something like a minor inconvenience.
I don't think Yakov Smirnov is very funny. First world problems.
And then Russia, you know, was kind of like with China, what you were just talking about. Remember, they had the 5-year plan with Stalin. They were like way behind the time. They were using wooden ships to fight against Japan
Yeah, a little bit.
in that first war.
But when it comes to their ground forces, why does Russia need a navy? Russia doesn't need a navy. I mean, they kind of do.
I mean, they need like a navy in general. Like,
Yeah,
just for general naval warfare.
They don't need a pimped out, swagged out motherfucking top G. Like their interests geopolitically were never.
Well, they want to control the Arctic Ocean, right?
Yeah, but you can do that on foot. And you think like their tank technology, insane. The Alexander Kalashnikov 47, an insane piece of infantry armament. That thing will never stop working ever. It does not jam. It does not know how. It's
It does not know how. It's crazy.
I mean, kind of like if you've watched people, you can go watch videos of people stress testing AKs. They basically have to.
AKs are amazing.
They basically have to take them apart to make them stop working.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they don't. Russia doesn't necessarily need a top G navy.
Yeah.
You know, they have tanks. Thank you very much.
Okay. That's what Germany did in World War II. They had the tanks.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, you're not going to get that out of our vernacular. Words change their meanings and definitions by how people use them. Language is mostly if it conveys a meaning and
Are we talking about first world now?
Yeah, if it conveys a meaning that's understood, obviously it means something different now. But
We're trying to change the language. Is that what are we changing it to?
yeah, well, make it sound like you've read a book in your life, a single book even.
Well, what are we referring to now? What are we saying now? Yeah. What is the first world country called now? Western?
First world developed, or in a lot of cases overdeveloped,
And what are we calling in third world country?
underdeveloped. We need to get capital in there, build it up. We need a road. We need some Starbucks. Okay.
We need a Starbucks on at least every corner.
I'm sending Ben Affleck over there. You are getting Dunkin' Donuts. The world runs on
But
Dunkin'.
the world, yeah, not America, the world. Oh, Tim Hortons is gonna be pissed.
That's okay. I mean, what is a Timbit if not just a donut hole?
What is a Munchkin? Is that what they call it?
Yeah,
Dunkin'?
there you go. Thank you.
Munchkin. Oh man, we're not sponsored.
So just know that not all it's not happy money making times necessarily on Twitch for everybody.
Yeah, and I'm like concerned now. I was just talking about it. Like, I don't think there's a political right Twitch streamer, which I don't think there can be. Honestly, I think Twitch would ban them immediately. Like if they started talking some conservative shit and got a little bit too far. They said like something like, "Oh, January 6th was a misconception." You know, like, "Oh, there you go."
Well, yeah, everyone I can possibly think of is like they're doing their thing somewhere else already.
Yeah. So like I said, it's on Telegraph.
Well, no, most of them have to have just their own website.
Yeah,
like
the Daily Wire.
Nick Fuentes is off on his own website. Alex Jones is off on his own website. The Daily Wire. I guess there are some people associated with it. Yeah. So Brett Cooper.
Newsmax. Right.
Newsmax is a stab at doing a legacy media thing. It's for people that still have cable.
Yeah.
The same thing with like AON.
It's like a more intense Fox.
Which did you ever hear about OAN, the One America News?
No.
That's like turbo. Like they were putting QAnon on cable with that shit.
That should stay on Rumble and fucking Telegram.
Yeah, no, I think they're out of business at this point. But you say Rumble, by the way, I think we really need to start a Rumble too. Like,
Oh God, is it really taking off that much?
yeah.
I'm not starting the threads. I'm not doing threads.
No. What I think we need to do is we start putting bonus content on Rumble so that I can talk the way that people on Rumble might talk. I think I could carry our presence on Rumble.
I think you could, Doug. I think you could. Doug, the problematic one.
Taking it back to the roots.
What is your naysayer, Doug Naysayer Bennett?
We all know what that stands for.
By the way, that TikTok you sent me this week of the Penn State Gorillas.
Yeah.
Look up was it Penn State or Pitt State? I can't remember.
It's Pittsburgh State.
But it's not in Pennsylvania.
Which is located in like Iowa.
Yeah. It's Pittsburgh State
Yeah.
Gorillas, the football team, their D2 football team. I don't know what this guy's position is, but look up some of their players.
Yeah, he's their star player, Luke Nickerman. They say it on TV. They don't bleep it on TV, so I'm allowed to say it too. It's just like Noah Kaniga. That guy's name, we can say that name too.
I am. You could say it, sure. I'm not. Anyway, on the Jungletron, you can see my man Luke.
The Penn State Gorillas and the big Jungletron screen.
Yeah, just insane, dude. Like the world is just like it's like they want it to happen, you know?
Yeah.
The world just doesn't. I think this is a cool mask, dude.
It's pretty good, not gonna lie. And I figured out what it really reminds me of.
I know you said Andros earlier. That's pretty funny.
But that was also like sort of one of the main baddies in Squid Game.
Yeah. It kind of looks like that. They had a Squid Game mask there too.
So this is
Looks
very SG adjacent. I abbreviated it to show that I'm a real stan.
Have you ever tried soju, by the way?
Fucking love soju, dude.
Almost had some today.
Yeah, they're starting to sell it in like a lot of American supermarkets now. So
It's like sake, kind of.
the next Asian alcoholic beverage I'm really trying to get my hands on, like really see how I feel about. I want some baijiu, dude.
What's that?
It's like super high proof Chinese liquor.
Is that Chinese glutamate? What was it? Xiaohongshu!
What's up, my netizen?
Did you like how I just referenced that? Remember that? The industrial grade
Glycine.
Glycine, yeah. Remember?
Yeah, that's Donghua Jinlong.
Dama Jilong's. I was trying to make a reference to that from forever ago.
Yeah, no, they took the little bit of explaining there, not gonna lie, but Doctor?
Doctor. Yes, there was a good little reference there. If you remember that one, you're an OG. Even though you're not, but you are. Like that was like a couple months ago. We talked about that. This year for sure.
For sure.
Um,
But yeah, Twitch it crazy. I got just like some sort of throwaway thoughts that are worth including here.
okay.
One, you remember the portal in New York? Like the screen that was always live streaming New York to Ireland, and then they shut it down because some girl flashed her tibbies at it.
Okay.
They moved the portal to Philly, and I think it's now it's somewhere like Croatia is the corresponding one. So they're really just trying to connect the world. It feels like honestly like the meta is probably behind it.
There's live streams like that kind of. Like you can go on Twitch. There's like I haven't seen them in recent years or heard people talking about them, but I remember there was like one of like just like a crosswalk, like just like a security camera, and you could just watch it 24/7, like if you wanted to. It's kind of like that, but like it's like there's a street in Croatia and like a street in Philadelphia, and they're like both broadcasted to each other.
Yeah.
There's just no chat.
Yeah. So it's cool that it didn't get canceled forever. It might get shut down again, and I don't think it will this time, or I would have seen it get canceled. Same girl went and flashed it again.
The same girl? The same girl?
Same girl.
It's like so. It's not even a new pair of titties.
No,
Fuck.
it's new to them.
But Croatia has a lot of nudist beaches. It's probably not a big deal for them.
Yeah, it's probably fine. You know, Ireland's traditionally prudish. Actually, that's not even a joke. Like I intended, they kind of just are.
Well, they're kind of Catholic, so.
Yeah, which is why I had to take it back.
But like Croatia has a lot of nudist beaches. I'm pretty sure, like at least topless beaches or whatever. They're chill in Croatia. They're super chill. Damn it, dude! I just thought of something. I got to tell you about. It was really funny. We were talking about Jesus streaming, and like we were talking about Twitch. Like, imagine have you noticed that like chat has become like a term people just kind of use?
Yeah, it's the new fourth person pronoun.
You're just like, what up? W's in chat, guys. Like, could you imagine we're just like, yo, dude, we're podcasting today. How you feeling, chat? Like there's no chat, but like we're like acting like there is.
It would come across as completely normal.
Chat, who wants to vote on if Doug's gonna say something racist this episode?
I think I did a pretty good job this time.
You've been good all time, except when you said Luke's last name.
What? The guy has a name. You're not supposed to say it.
Like what? What are you, Luke Naysayer?
See, we're gonna prove all those Tiki Torch boys right if we erase him, if we try to replace him, we'll prove the Tiki Torchers right.
Am I right, chat? Am I right?
So it's our patriotic duty, as it's my duty as a member of the white race to make sure that we don't get erased.
Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, Luke is a white guy, by the way.
Yeah, which is what makes it funny.
That is what makes it funny.
It's also why I felt comfortable going here. I can say it. Hello, hello.
Relax. Anyway, you were saying?
Yeah. So just Portal news. That's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Like, that kind of reminds me of like the Shia LaBeouf thing. Like people kept trying to find him. Like this girl's just going around flashing all the portals, getting them shut down.
These tibbies will not divide us.
They will not.
But yeah. Other random tidbit. This is just a piece of knowledge I picked up, dude. Antarctica. Where do you think it ranks on the size of continents? We're on the power scale.
Definitely bigger than Europe.
Okay.
It's bigger than Australia.
Yeah.
Not bigger than Asia though. Not bigger than Africa probably. Not bigger than the Americas maybe. Might be a similar size to one of the Americas. I'd put it probably at a solid number 5.
You got it exactly right, which kind of blew me away.
My geography skills are insane. Quiz me on all 50 states and their capitals, and I'll tell you every one.
And I was not at all surprised about Europe, because I'm like,
Europe's super tiny.
Yeah, it looks big on a lot of the maps.
Yeah, so that's like a real. I learned this in geography class actually. That like the way maps look, like the way they do it is like they stretch them. Like Greenland is not as big as it looks on a map. And like that is literally because of the way they're stretching it.
So I mean, it also depends on which, like, because for context, like if you're learning European history,
you kind of need it to be bigger so you can see city names and sometimes terrain features.
Well, sure, but I mean, like they literally stretch it,
and
to,
then
like,
they also do that.
yeah.
So I really wasn't that surprised about Europe. I was surprised about Australia because
Oh, really?
that just looks fucking huge, you know?
Right.
Right?
Yeah. R.
But no, that was cool to me.
God, how do you say burger in Australian?
Burger.
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 Like you say it like in an American accent, burger. Burger.
Burger.
Anyway,
Like Bill Burr.
yeah, I think Australia has the same problems like Greenland. Like it's just like the way that where it sits on the latitude, it has to be stretched to because you're taking a globe, like a circular object, and putting it flat. Like it ends up with a bad perspective.
Yeah.
And Antarctica is like in that weird position where it's at the very end on the pole, so like it goes around. Instead of like seeing it head on, you're seeing like bits and pieces or whatever around the ice wall, if you will. So you know, but Antarctica is pretty big. Like there is no North Pole though, like Arctic that's big or anything. No, just some glaciers and some polar bears.
And then the last piece of anything kind of news related, also a small little throwaway. Helen Mirren recently had some thoughts to share on Kurt Cobain.
The fuck?
Yeah.
How's that relevant? You know, I mean, it's been 30 years since he's died.
Pretty much. But so what she did was she said she felt sad that Kurt Cobain is no longer alive because he never got the chance to experience GPS and its, quote, magical functionality.
Huh?
Yeah, she goes.
What was this woman?
Helen Mirren. She's a super famous actress. You've seen her in plenty of stuff.
Yeah, but she said that just because he didn't get to experience GPS.
Yeah, so let me read you the quote. I always say it's so sad that Kurt Cobain died when he did because he never saw GPS. GPS is the most wonderful thing to watch my little blue spot walking down the street. I just find it completely magical and unbelievable. And if you want more, you can go read her interview in Variety.
You know what? You know what that screams to me?
What's that?
That screams fucking Juggalo. That screams magnets. How do they work? Like she's just like, oh my god, fucking satellites? What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I was talking about this with a buddy of mine, and you can learn all the science behind all these cool things we have, but if you just think about the way that they exist, like so much of it's just fantasy bullshit. It's all very magical, especially even after you learn the science behind it. Like they're just the different kinds of wizards and warlocks, but in real life. Like take a computer for example. It's like, yeah, I found a bunch of rocks that I then transmutated into other rocks and inscribed runes upon so that they may show me visions.
That'd be sort of like some alchemy type shit.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, cool stuff, man. Just real cool. Helen Mirren, what a lad.
Yeah, what? Yeah. Kurt Cobain really should have experienced GPS, man. You know, that's what he was missing out on. That's why he killed himself. If he had GPS. If he had GPS, dude.
Problem solved.
Never would have killed himself. He would have been like, holy shit, I am in my house. Oh my god. How does it know?
Dude, I think the only way this episode gets any scarier is if we get out a Ouija board and talk to Kurt ourselves. I didn't bring mine, so could you part a shot instead?
Here, I have a Ouija board on my chest.
No,
Just kidding. Dude, did you hear me talking like Skeletor earlier?
I liked it.
Okay. It's like, He-Man! So, parting shot, guys. Twitch.tv/Seth_Nacho411. Brother, check the fuck out of the stream. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Monday, Tuesday.
If you were a loved one, type in Seth chat. You will be talked to.
If you were a loved one experience mild nausea or headaches, it's probably because you're a bitch. Just kidding. But no, seriously though, check it out. It's a lot of fun. We have a good time. The Halloween event is still going on, and that's fun. It can be fun. Besides that, though, the only real thing I was really thinking about. Well, first off, have a happy Halloween, everybody. I hope that everybody's holiday is safe and fun. Take your kids out to trick or treat, or have a nice little party, or whatever you're doing for this Halloween. I hope it's a fun time. And then besides that, my girl Tia Woods, I think it's Tia Woods or Tia Wood. Can't remember if it was an S at the end or not. Just released an EP. Oh man, what the fuck is it called? Let me look this up real quick so I get it right. Pretty Red Bird. Pretty Red Bird. It's got a couple good songs on it. It's like kind of folky R&B almost. Like it's really interesting. It's a good little listen. Check it out on Spotify or wherever.
Hell yeah. Over here, you already know, it's your boy, the Forgotten Son of Landell. Catch me up wherever I'm reposting shit. I'm the repost king, as confirmed by members of my repost community on TikTok. I be getting DMs from people being like, another banger, Doug. You did it again. It's just real facts. Real true story from the
Getting
DMs.
DMs is crazy.
And people like it, what can I say?
Where the fuck are my DMs?
It's okay. It's the vibe. People know where they can get to you and they know where they can get to me.
Right.
As far as a parting shot goes, I just want you guys to remember that the highest form of philosophy is evaluating axioms. And then just sort of, if you want to try and approach certain things, keep that in mind. Like, you should be truth-seeking. You should be seeking, idealistic things when you're crafting a theory of mind. You need to be focused on the truth.
Platonic forms.
Yeah. Less feelings, more facts, please and thank you. A little bit of common ground with Benny Shapiro. Well, I'm extending a little bit of an olive branch here, Ben.
Yeah, after watching him get yelled at by that trans woman, trans man, we feel bad for him.
So, it's okay, brother. You did a good job weathering that storm. If you're ever in...
Honestly, not responding to it was the best move.
For sure. Just like any time a woman yells at you, just listen. Just take it in, hear it, and let her be heard.
Feel validated.
But yeah, you ever want to have a real conversation, hit us up. That's a collaboration I am willing to endeavor as we head even closer to the inevitable presidency for the second time of Donald J. Trump.
I thought you were going to say the inevitable heat death of the universe. It's like, yeah.
I don't give a shit about that. I'm not going to be here for it. If it's not happening while my grandchildren are still alive, I don't fucking care. That's about as far into the future as I'm willing to project my feelings.
Fabulous.
So, that is what it is. Take it for what you will. But what you always got to do, you still got to carry water, you still got to chop wood, and most importantly, Xiao Hong Shu.
Don't you?
年が畑が広がる懐かしの小さな